Hey, hello. Good afternoon to everybody. Good afternoon. I wanted to talk about an issue concerning AT&T. I have been dealing with AT&T for well over 2 years as far as an issue with them saying that I owe them money and I don't. I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about the way I was treated by that company and why I left. Mr. Mark Mosier was a representative that I have been working with that has been very rude to me. People at their corporate offices are very rude. People in their stores are racist. I don't care what they say. I could care less about it. I'm tired of sitting in stores for hours on end and I don't get help. I'm tired of going to AT&T when I've had problems with my internet not working or it being slow. I've had problems with that. I've had issues with that, and multiple issues with things that I just don't understand. I was with AT&T for over 6 years. I dealt with various issues with them. I dealt with employees calling me names in my apartment when I stayed at my other place, and I'm not gonna deal with that. I'm not gonna deal with employees who call me inappropriate names over the telephone on a non-recorded line. They're not gonna record themselves, and told me I couldn't record them. Of course, it's bad, and I just want to talk to people about it if you do business with AT&T. And I don't blame the government for not allowing a merger with AT&T because they buy up every single thing, and you're not allowed to have any other provider but AT&T. You can't go anywhere else to anything. The only other option in this area is Charter, and I don't really like them as far as their TV service, because they tell you get these promotions and then they drop off your account and all this kind of stuff. But oh well, the person I'm talking about, our company, is AT&T and Mark Mosier. He's very rude to me. He doesn't care. He knows that I dealt with issues including racism in his company. I dealt with $300 or more coming out of my account, and they didn't give a damn. And I'm tired of it. I talked to an attorney today, and I told him that we'll press forward if we can with a lawsuit against AT&T for deceptive trade practices, for denying me services when my credit is good enough for me to have services, and I haven't done anything. The only thing that they continue to tell me is that I owe them $1,000 for services, but I was with them for 6 years. They got some explaining to do. I'm not going to be treated like shit by companies because of my disability. When I asked AT&T to blow up paperwork so that I could see it, they would not. When I asked about certain things or things could I take it home, they would not let me. Under the law, AT&T is supposed to give me a fair opportunity, and they did not. When it comes to disabilities and the Disabilities Act, and they did not. I asked for fair and reasonable accommodations under the law, and AT&T did not give those to me. They did not care. I told Mark Mosier about issues that I had with equipment that did not work, and they accused me of taking it, which I did not. I have proof that I sent everything back to AT&T. I have receipts and slips showing that I sent it back. And so I don't really understand why they're saying that I owe them money. The corporate offices are not helpful at all. They tell you that you're speaking to a representative from AT&T, but you're actually speaking to somebody in another state. Mark Mosier's not even located in Texas. I think he's located in Missouri or somewhere like that. It's unacceptable. I'm tired of dealing with racism and bigotry and hatred and stuff like that. And this is even well before, the president got elected. I dealt with this several years ago with AT&T, and it just didn't get any better. When I stayed at another apartment complex, I dealt with a person telling me that I was supposed to help them pull wires through an attic. That's not my job. I'm a customer. That's not my job to help you pull wires through an attic. That's not my job. There's nothing in the contract that states that I have to deal with racism or bigotry or hatred or sitting in their store for hours on end and not getting the help that I need. I don't deserve that. When I know that I've done everything possible to please AT&T, what do? You have bills, stacks of bills showing your stuff has been paid. AT&T has a problem. And I hope that the attorney, he'll call me back during a meeting. But when he does, I'm telling him everything. And I've got stacks of papers with a rubber band. That's how many. I don't throw away stuff. Because if I need to sue a place, I got proof of why I'm suing you or why I would think about suing AT&T. I don't deserve it. I haven't done anything to them. And they say, well, we remove it off your credit, and I don't care if you removed it off my credit. I can't get any other service, and when I try to apply to get services this year with them, they're saying that I owe them money. So if you're holding something against me that's from 2 years ago, then I can sue. And I'm looking at that option. Because I'm so tired of racism. I'm so tired of being treated any kind of fucking way by people when I don't do nothing. Or people think because I'm visually impaired, you can treat me like shit when I don't do nothing to you but pay my bills and pay what I'm supposed to. And they sit here and make money off of people and don't let you go no fucking where. They don't let you go to any other providers. If you try to get someone else, you can be sued. Or the provider just can't come out here. Like if I wanted Verizon, I cannot get Verizon. Hello to you. Hello to you. I see your wave. Parker, definitely thank you. When you try to get another service, and AT&T will not let you. Because they bought up everything in the neighborhood, and the only thing you can get is Charter or AT&T, which is unacceptable. Anybody can get Charter because they don't check credit. I'm specifically only talking about services where they physically check your credit. I'm not talking about Charter. I'm specifically talking about services like Verizon or any service that checks your credit. I cannot get that out here. Cannot get it. I don't think it's fair. I haven't done anything to AT&T. I haven't done anything to Mark Mosier's racist ass. That, I'm tired of it. When I mention stuff, he accuses me of making up things. It's not right. And he knew about it even back then when I told him why I left AT&T and why I did not want to be a customer at that time. But what legal choice do you have when it's the only provider pretty much in your area? So even if I wanted to get Verizon, I cannot get it. Or if I wanted another provider, I cannot get it. That is what I'm talking about today. And anybody that has AT&T should definitely take a careful look at your bills. And if you have bills that are $300 and $400, you need to grab an attorney. And you need to look at fair trade practices or unfair trade practices or deceptive practices. You need to find attorneys that deal with that. AT&T, it is horrible the way that they treat people of disability and those who are not disabled. A lady told me at a store when I asked her to blow up paperwork, no. You give me the paperwork, but I can't see it. So, it's not fair. And all businesses have to make fair accommodations to you within the law. They got to do that. If you're in a wheelchair and stuff like that, they have to make accommodations to you. If you have any kind of visual impairment, they're supposed to make an accommodation to you. Or any kind of impairment really at all, to the best of their ability to try to make an accommodation to you. AT&T didn't try to do nothing. They ain't do anything. AT&T did not give a damn. So I hope that I can find an attorney that You know, you have a lot of attorneys that can take cases pro bono because of the scope of my case and how, you know, the stuff that I've went through with AT&T. You definitely want an attorney that can do that, or my problem is just trying to find an attorney. And I think I can. I have sent in paperwork. Hello to you. I see you. I see you there. Thank you for your hearts. I do talk about AT&T because it's horrible. No one should deal with the stuff that I dealt with, including racial undertones. I should not have to deal with that stuff when I haven't done anything. And just this year, I tried to apply for services with AT&T. They denied me services. And it wasn't because of my credit, because my credit's good. So what's the reason that y'all denied me services except for holding something over my head that you told me in your store to my face that I did not owe you any money, and you legally let me port over my cell phone? AT&T representatives told me they would not let me port over my cell phone had I owed them any money on any accounts, and I meant any. They legally let me do that. But then after I did that, then you want to say I owe you money. No, it doesn't work like that, because I'm not the one. I don't care how big a company is. I don't care. If I have been treated like crap by a company, people say, well, you can't sue if a company treats you like crap. If I'm in a contract, I can. And there's nothing in my contract that states I have to put up with that stuff. I don't have to put up with that. That's breach of contract. I don't have to put up with people calling me fucking names that worked for them. I don't have to deal with stupid fucking women who treat me like shit. And dudes too. Mark Mojer is a dude. He treats me like shit too. And, you know, their offices just don't have a high rating. You don't have a high rating when you treat people like shit. When people haven't done anything, and you have complaints, and a lot of complaints. You have a lot of complaints, especially about AT&T and the way they treat people and unfair trade practices. You have a lot of problems, and AT&T, they don't care. They don't care how they treat you. And I hope that the government again can somehow find a way to look at breaking up AT&T, because it's like they eat up every company, or they buy, not eat up. They buy every company, and then what they do is they buy out these neighborhoods or whatever the case may be, and they don't let you go to any other providers. So I don't have any choice but to file a lawsuit against AT&T, because I have not done anything. I have not done anything to anybody with AT&T except for to have my fair chance, knowing that I've done what I could. You know, and I should be able to have other services besides Charter, you know, or whatever is out here. But I was told that you can only get AT&T out here. You can't get Time Warner or anything else out here. Keep in mind, Charter does not check credit, so they can get anybody. I'm sorry, anybody can apply for Charter. Excuse me. Charter, you know, they're no better than AT&T either. They talk about raising bills on people and that kind of stuff. Bills with Charter is projected to be $200 after you've been with them for 2 or 3 years. Your bills could be $210 a month or $220 a month if you have their highest package in all 3 services. That's what I was told the other day when I talked to Charter. AT&T, people that have AT&T definitely need to look at their bills, and you need to look up attorneys that sue AT&T. If you don't have a lot of money, there are attorneys that do stuff on contingency basis, as long as you have all your paperwork and receipts and stuff in order. That's the deal with that kind of stuff. But if you want to pay an attorney, then you need to look up fair trade practices. You can also file a complaint with the FCC if you are having problems with AT&T. Please make sure you get complaints or anything that you file with the FCC, and make sure you get a copy. I do everything I can to make sure I have documents. Amen. I see you. Amen. I do everything that I can to have documents, and I keep my stuff. I have receipts and complaints that I did file with the FCC. I hope the public does the same. Again, if you want to pay for an attorney, those that start out for just to do discovery and other work, some attorneys will start at $2,000 to get started on your case. Some attorneys have different fees depending on what you want to do and how you want to proceed. If you have your paperwork in order, then that makes it a lot easier for you. I am very upset at AT&T. I'm doing good, but I'm just very upset at them because they lied about stuff. They lied about charges. They lied about the auto bill pay and saying that I had to be on it to get certain discounts. That's not true. AT&T took money out of my account. And if I can somehow show you the monies that they took out of my account, I'll get that paper and I'll get it up. And we'll talk about it. And I'll show you monies that they took from me. Because I don't have to make up anything. When it comes to suing somebody, I get my paperwork in order. And I make sure that I'm very specific, and I try to get as much paperwork as I can together. Any attorney that has worked with me, they know that I try to be as organized as I can to make life easy for everybody. If you're going to work with an attorney, make sure you get as much paperwork as you can. If a company is denying you the right to get your paperwork or access to records after you've left, I'm saying after you've left the company, then you can file something with the court so that they can get your paperwork. I will have a blessed day. It is fantastic. I will have a blessed day. Definitely. We have church today, so that'll be fun. That's coming up here in a couple of hours. I'll probably go down there. That will be great. But I do want to let the public know that you do want to make sure you do your work. And you do everything you can to get your paperwork together if you're having problems with AT&T, such as bills. Because AT&T, they can do stuff and they can alter records and not tell the truth. So make sure you keep any paperwork that you receive. I don't care if it's a receipt for a phone you bought. Keep it. Keep it. Keep it. My prayers, though, is that, if people are dealing with financial issues or issues with companies, that you have the wherewithal to get your paperwork together and you sue. If you cannot do that or get an attorney or find one, make sure you gather your paperwork and go down to your nearest courthouse or go down to small claims or what they call Justice of the Peace Court, whatever state you may live in. Talk to Justice of the Peace Court and you tell them what's going on. Definitely keep me in your prayers, please, because this is crazy. That's what I would end up doing, and then move up if you can. If you do file in small claims, please be specific on what you are trying to do and why. Or what they call Justice of the Peace Court. Be specific. And have everything, again, in order or how, organized so that it's easier for you and the judge or whoever. If you don't want to do Justice of the Peace Court, you can get a mediator. Some mediators run $500. Some mediations are free, depending on what you're trying to do and what court you want to file in. Me first, try to work my way up. If you go to a small court and work your way up. But everything that you do, keep a paper trail. That's what I did. It's what I do. That way people can't say you didn't do anything right. Yeah, I did. Did what I was supposed to. Kept my papers. You do that, and life will be simple. Life is easy when you make it that way. I'm thankful for anybody in my life who has helped me with any kind of legal problems or issues, or those who have helped me fill out paperwork. I'm thankful for that. Everybody that has helped me, I'm thankful. There was an attorney that told me that she could not help me with this issue, or that she couldn't help me. Okay, that's fine. But what she could help me with, I'm thankful for that. Um, I'm thankful for that. But I'm excited and I'm trying to get this stuff done. Cause I'm not gonna have AT&T treat me like shit when I have not done anything. I'm not gonna put up with employees again who has used racism toward me for no reason, who has told me that I cannot record them when it came to those conversations. That's not fair. There's nothing in my contract that states that I have to put up with that stuff. I'm not dealing with that kind of stuff. I'm not going to deal with any organization that treats me like shit when I have not done anything but pay my bills on time. AT&T is going to have to do better than that. They say, well, we gave you $1,000 worth of credits. That's not true, because if you did, I wouldn't be owing you $1,000. Not true. That's what I was told that I owed them. I'm not paying that because they left me with services that did not work and I got tired of it. And that's what I'm talking about today. A whole combination of things. Combination means a lot of stuff. Things cobbled or gathered together. AT&T's a joke on how they treat people like crap. I'm not going to deal with that when I haven't done anything. I'm not finna be taken advantage of by anybody. I'm not going to have people take advantage of my information or me in any way, shape, or form. Not happening. Hello to you. I'm not doing that. People think because I'm in Special Olympics or whatever the case may be, they can treat me like shit. Or they think I'm slow or dumb or stupid. Gonna get enough of that. Because people who think that I'm slow, dumb, or stupid, especially companies, I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything. And when I say companies, I'm specifically talking about AT&T and only AT&T. Because they treat me like I'm stupid, dumb, or slow. When I went into one of their stores out here on Camp Bowie in Fort Worth, a lady got upset at me and didn't like my attitude and jokingly said she would call the police on me for no reason because you don't like my attitude or my demeanor. I don't care. I'm not here to be your fucking friend when you tell me I owe you money. I'm not here to be happy-go-lucky when you tell me I owe you money. She didn't like my tone of voice. You can't call the police on me because you don't like my tone of voice. I don't care. That's not a reason to call the police on someone or say that you're going to call the police on me. She did not. Because they knew that if you called the police on me, we'd have a problem for making a false report against me when I didn't do anything to you. That ain't going to work. I'm not going to deal with businesses who want to make false reports against me or think about calling the police on me when I haven't done anything. This happened several years ago with AT&T at one of their stores. I don't think the people work there anymore, but I don't give a damn. I don't care. AT&T as a whole needs to be responsible for what they do and how they treat people, whether you're disabled or not. Whether you're a civilian or in the military or law enforcement, whatever it is, AT&T treats people like shit. They don't care. They don't care if you're in the military. They don't care. They treat you like crap. For example, a woman's house burnt down. Wasn't her fault. Something happened. AT&T was trying to charge her thousands of dollars for equipment. It's like they kick you when you're down. That's how AT&T will do you. They treat you like shit. But if they're the only entity in the area besides Charter, again, Charter, anybody can get them. I'm only talking about entities that check credit, such as Verizon or other entities. I can't get those out here. So I have talked to an attorney, and he told me to email things over, and I did. I took pictures of what I could and sent it over because it's unacceptable. And I'm thankful. And I'm glad that, like I told him, it's not to be funny or mean, But I've had a very difficult time working with female attorneys. Not all females. I don't want people to be mad at me. But some female attorneys I've had problems working with that, you know, a lady, she didn't want to help me with this problem because she felt like I called too many times, called her office too many times. That's fine. But when I was in person with this person, I was never mean or rude to them either. And she was never mean or rude to me either. So that's cool. I just moving on. She don't want to help me. I don't care. I'll move on and find somebody else. She told me yesterday in the email she didn't want to help me. Okay, that's fine. It's like one time you tell me you'll help me and the next time you don't want to help me. Whatever. I have a very difficult time in my life working with females. Just what it is. I'm a woman, but it's hard to get along with females because a lot of them treat me like shit. Like the woman at that store. And it's not just females, dudes too who act like females. I'm not trying to hear that. Or dudes, whatever you want to call it, who are mean. Dudes have their problems too and can be mean. Mark Mosier, very mean, very rude. When I haven't done anything to people like that. It goes both ways. Treat others how you want to be treated. AT&T cannot do that. AT&T cannot do that. And I don't deserve it. And I talk about this because it hurts. And I don't deserve for any company to use racist stuff toward me. Or jokingly say, you're going to call the police on me. I don't need that kind of stuff. And AT&T has done that before. I made a complaint against them on Google reviews about the stuff and how I was treated, and they act like they don't know. But it's up there. When you type in AT&T's corporate office, I made complaints about them. As you can see, they've got 2.1 stars. Why? Because they treat people like shit. They treat people like shit. That's just what it is. And, you know, when you read the reviews about AT&T, it's astonishing. I can't read all of it, but it's a lot of stuff. People have said that when they shipped back equipment with AT&T, that they still got billed anyway. That's what happened to me. And AT&T is not being specific. You're not going to charge me for TV services that didn't physically work. You're not going to charge me for internet that froze like a picture frame that did not work. You're not going to charge me for phone service when it had problems and I couldn't dial out to 911 if I needed 911. It didn't matter if I had a cell phone. A lady with AT&T said, well, you have a cell phone. That's not the issue. I want my fucking landline phone to work when I wanted it to work. You know, same thing with Charter. I got rid of their landline service and got another service called Magic Jack. I like it because I got tired of the fucking robocalls and bullshit. So I dropped their phone service. I'm tired of it. Same thing with their cable with Charter. It continues to have problems and tuning failures and whatever the fuck. I'm tired of it. When you pay for services, you expect them to work unless there's some kind of other issue beyond their control, like a power outage. That's beyond people's controls. That's different. But when you continue to have problems, you continue to drop services. I dropped their phone service with Charter because it was crap. Kept getting a bunch of calls I didn't want. Dropped their service. I don't get those calls no more with Magic Jack. I like it. The next service that'll probably go is their TV service. Because I'm tired of being lied to by Charter also about pricing and stuff like this. If my credit's good, why the fuck am I going to pay you $200 a month when I could go someplace else that checks my credit and I might only pay $99 a month or $80-something a month. But Charter doesn't check credit, so they just lump you in with everyone else. That doesn't work either. People need to read contracts and stuff like that if you sign up for companies. And if they don't let you take it home, don't sign it. In my case, I'm out here with no place, no other provider but Charter or AT&T. That's a problem. And I feel like legally I should be able to go to someone else besides those two companies. That's why I'm talking about this. I just pray for everybody, man, that you do good, you know what I'm saying, in your life, and look at this stuff and understand contracts and stuff like that. If you cannot find what you are looking for, find an attorney that deals with contractual negotiations and that kind of stuff. Sit down calmly and go in the office calmly and talk to them about your situation. There are ways to file lawsuits against companies such as AT&T so that you can know what to do. There are organizations that do free mediation, meaning that you can sit down with a representative from AT&T and you can calmly, no yelling, no screaming, no none of this other stuff that I've dealt with over the phone. All I asked for was a chance to sit down and talk to someone. Us, the public, we don't get to talk to anyone until you get a mediator. And I'm willing to do that too. Mediators are about $500. Some of them are free. Some of those folks left me a message too, so I'll check out that kind of stuff too. Tarrant County, they've got consumer offices here for the FCC. You can call the FCC and they can take a complaint so that you have, again, stuff in writing. If you do have AT&T for a service, look at the contract before you renew. If it's stuff you can't see or you're visually impaired and they don't want to blow it up, then don't sign it and move on. I just ended up leaving AT&T because I got tired of the bull crap. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people treating me like shit because of whatever reason. I even showed AT&T my awards later, that I received, from Social Security and stuff. Because I wanted them to know, and they accused me of making up my disability, and I was not making up anything to them. I didn't make up nothing to them. But they accused me of that. So, that's why, man. That's why. I just try to do what I can, man. That's what I'll try to do. So, God bless y'all, man. I'm just having problems with AT&T, and and I'm just not gonna deal with it. I posted that on the internet too. I left AT&T because of racial undertones and stuff. I don't have time for that crap. Sorry. God bless y'all, man, and you have a good one. I'm supposed to get ready so I can get ready to go to church. Y'all have a good one. God bless you, man. We're gonna be worshiping God today at church. It's gonna be good today. Friday, I'll be going somewhere Friday. So that'll be fun. I like to, try to get healthy and do healthy stuff and just do everything I can to also get ready for national games. I'm excited. So God bless everyone. And I hope that all you guys have a good rest of your day. Once I find that paperwork, I will get on Facebook Live and I'll show it to you so people know I don't make up stuff. I'll show it to you when I get it. God bless y'all.